Sarah, and this is the next Sharpsburg story stream. Whether you're a friend who normally comes to the library for story time or someone who's just finding us via our online content, I know we're going to have fun together today. Since I don't know which of my friends at home is watching, our hello song will not include anyone's name. It's to the same tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. For the first verse, let's clap our hands. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. If you want to read a book, sit down and take a look. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. Let's stomp our feet. If you want to read a book, stomp your feet. If you want to read a book, stomp your feet. If you want to read a book, sit down and take a look. If you want to read a book, stomp your feet. Let's wave our arms. If you want to read a book, wave your arms. If you want to read a book, wave your arms. If you want to read a book, sit down and take a look. If you want to read a book, wave your arms. Let's find our chair. If you want to read a book, find your chair. If you want to read a book, find your chair. If you want to read a book, sit down and take a look. If you want to read a book, find your chair. All right, I hope everyone's doing well this week. Our story today is going to be about cause and effect. An effect is something that happens, and the cause is the reason why the effect happens. So if I say the snowman melted, that's the effect. What do you think the cause could be? Why did the snowman melt? Because the sun was out? Because it got too warm? Those are both great suggestions about the cause for the snowman melting. If I say my foot hurts, that's an effect. What could be the cause of my foot hurting? Maybe I fell down the stairs. I didn't really. Don't worry, friends. This is all pretend. So maybe that's why my foot hurts. Oh, maybe I walked too far. That's another reason for my foot to hurt. I wore shoes that didn't fit right. These are all possible causes for the effect of my foot hurting. So today's story is going to be all about the different causes and effects that happen when people listen to the same song. So I want you to be thinking about the cause and effect while we read. Our story today is called Because. It is words by Mo Willems and pictures by Amber Wren. It's read with permission of Hyperion. Because a man named Ludwig wrote beautiful music, a man named Franz was inspired to create his own. Because many years later, people wanted to hear Franz's beautiful music, they formed an orchestra, a group of people who play music together. Because a man had practiced since he was a kid, he was asked to join. What kind of instrument is he playing? Can you tell? Do you know what that is? Yeah, this man is playing the violin. Do you think there are other instruments, other types of music that's needed for the orchestra? Or does everybody play the violin? What do you think? I think you're right. I think they play all different kinds of instruments. Maybe we'll turn the page and see some. Because a woman studied night and day, she too was asked to play. Because many others loved and practiced their instruments, there were enough musicians. I see a lot of different kinds of musical instruments. Do you see any that you recognize? Any that you know? Right? She's playing the drums. These are a special kind of drum called the timpani. And there's a flute, a French horn, a bassoon, and a cello. Let's see what other cause and effects happen from the music. Because someone created a poster about Franz's music, tickets were sold. Because the train conductor stopped the train at the grand concert hall, the orchestra conductor arrived. Because the orchestra librarian had copies of the score, copies of the music, the orchestra rehearsed, they practiced. Are there a lot of people in the orchestra or a few people? Look at the picture. What do you think? Yeah, there are a lot of people in this orchestra. Because workers checked the lights and the seats and swept the floors, the grand hall was ready. Because the time had come, the ushers, the people who check your tickets, opened the doors. It's time for the concert. Because someone's uncle caught a cold, someone's aunt had an extra ticket for someone special. Because the usher helped the aunt and her special guest, they found their seats. Because everyone was there to hear beautiful music, it was quiet. There's the orchestra. They're all dressed up, ready to play the beautiful music. Here they are. Wonder what it sounds like. Do you like to imagine? Do you like to pretend things are happening when you listen to music? How does it make you feel? There are lots of bright colors in this picture. Do you think they're playing happy music or sad music? I think they're playing happy music. They have lots of warm colors like orange and yellow. In row C, seat 14, sat the girl with the uncle's ticket. Because the uncle had a cold, she got to attend. She heard the beautiful music written by the man named Franz, and it changed her. The girl was changed. How was the girl changed? What do you notice about her in the picture? Yeah, she's sort of floating off the ground. What's coming out of her back? More music. Oh, she must have really enjoyed the concert. From that moment on, the girl learned everything she could about music because it fed her. Soon she started to write music too, because like Franz, the young woman had something to share. Over time, the woman became very good because she worked very hard. One night, her music was discovered because she was also very lucky. Then she was invited to perform her music at the grand concert hall, the same one she had been to, because so many people wanted to hear it. Her composition, her song, was dedicated to the uncle in row C, seat 14, because it was his ticket that brought her here. And that night, someone else was changed. That's how it happens. The end. Did you notice the different causes and effects as we were reading the story? Every time we said the word because, another effect, something else would happen. The 4 picture books I'm going to recommend to you today are more books you can read to practice cause and effect. You can find these and other books at your local library by checking librarycatalog.einetwork.net or calling your local branch. No, David, by David Shannon. Stuck, by Oliver Jeffers. If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, by Laura Numeroff. And The Little Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly, by Lucille Calandro. That's about all the time we have for today. Are you ready for the goodbye song? It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside. And when you wake up, ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling. The feeling you have that I'll be here when the week is new. And I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you want to talk about. I will too. I'll see you next week, friends. Stay safe and healthy.